Welcome to Hospitality Unlocked, the podcast where we explore the art of creating exceptional experiences. Whether you're managing short-term rentals, running a service-based business, or just passionate about hospitality, this is your go-to resource. Today, we're talking about something every business owner loves to hate: operations. Specifically, how the right tools, systems, and software can save you time, reduce stress, and ultimately help you deliver a seamless guest experience. I'm your host, Julia, and as always, I'm joined by Anna, our AI expert co-host. Hi, Anna.
Hi, I'm excited to dive into this topic. Operations might not be glamorous, but they're the backbone of any successful hospitality business. Let's unlock some secrets.
Let's start with the big question. Why should hospitality businesses focus on streamlining their operations? Anna, what's your take on why this is so important?
Streamlined operations are essential for consistency, efficiency, and scalability. They allow you to provide a predictable, high-quality experience for your guests. But there's another side to this that's often overlooked. Streamlined operations don't just benefit your guests, they also have a profound impact on your staff.
That's a great point. When we first started Embark Journey Rentals, we were juggling so many moving parts: cleaning schedules, guest communications, inventory tracking, and it felt like a constant uphill battle. Not only was it stressful for me, but it also created confusion and frustration for the team. One of the biggest lessons we learned was that when you don't have clear systems in place, your staff pays the price. Anna, can you talk a little more about how streamlined operations affect employees?
Absolutely. When processes are disorganized, staff members often spend more time searching for information, clarifying responsibilities, or fixing mistakes. This not only leads to inefficiency, but also to burnout and lower job satisfaction. Conversely, a well-oiled system empowers your team. They know exactly what's expected of them, have access to the tools they need, and feel supported in their roles. This improves morale, reduces turnover, and boosts productivity.
Exactly. I remember a specific instance when one of our cleaners, let's call her Sarah, felt overwhelmed because she wasn't getting clear instructions for each property. She'd arrive at a property unsure of whether to prepare for a standard stay or a long-term rental turnover. Once we implemented a property management system, all the details were in one place: what type of clean was needed, any special instructions, and even guest preferences. Sarah went from being stressed to feeling confident and appreciated. Anna, do you have any data to support how systems impact employee satisfaction?
I do. A survey by Gallup found that employees who feel their tools and workflows are well organized are 27% more likely to report higher job satisfaction. Furthermore, businesses that invest in automation and streamlined processes see a 15% reduction in staff turnover on average.
That's incredible. And it's so true. Streamlining isn't just about making things easier for management or delivering a better guest experience. It's about creating a better workplace for your team. I'd also argue that streamlined operations create more opportunities for employee growth. When we started using automation for guest messaging, for example, it freed up our customer service manager to focus on proactive outreach, like gathering guest feedback or implementing new ideas for improving our listings. Anna, what's your perspective on how these systems impact scalability?
Streamlined operations are the foundation of scalability. Without clear systems, you can't grow effectively because every new property, client, or service adds complexity. A small mistake like double booking a property might be manageable when you're managing 2 rentals, but with 10 or 20, it can be a disaster. By automating repetitive tasks, setting up standard operating procedures, and leveraging the right tools, you create a scalable model. This allows your business to handle growth without sacrificing quality.
That's exactly what happened at Embark Journey Rentals. Before we streamlined, managing 3 properties felt like chaos. But once we had systems in place, we scaled to 12 properties in less than a year without feeling overwhelmed. Let's bring this back to the guest experience for a moment. Anna, how do you think guests benefit from streamlined operations?
Guests might not see the systems in place, but they definitely feel the results. Streamlined operations lead to faster response times, fewer mistakes, and a more seamless experience overall. For example, if a guest needs an early check-in, a streamlined system ensures that the request is communicated to the cleaning team immediately and that the property is ready on time. It's all about creating trust. When guests see that everything runs smoothly, they're more likely to leave glowing reviews and return in the future.
I love that. At Embark Journey Rentals, one of our guests left a review that said, "Everything felt so effortless. From the check-in to the beautifully prepared space. It was like they thought of everything before I even asked." That's the power of a well-run operation. So, to sum up this segment, streamlining operations matters because it saves time, reduces stress, and creates better outcomes for everyone: guests, staff, and business owners alike. Anna, any final thoughts on why this is so critical?
I just emphasize that streamlined operations are not a nice to have, they're a necessity. They're the foundation that allows you to deliver exceptional experiences, build a strong team, and scale your business sustainably. And the best part? It's never too late to start streamlining.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the tools and systems that make this possible. Ready, Anna?
Let's do it.
Now that we've covered why streamlining operations matters, let's dive into the how. What are the essential tools and systems that every hospitality business needs to succeed? Anna, where do we start?
The first thing to understand is that your tools and systems should work together like a well-oiled machine. Each tool serves a specific purpose, but they all need to integrate seamlessly to avoid creating silos. Let's break this down into categories: communication, scheduling, property management, inventory, and guest experience.
Perfect. Let's start with communication. For Embark Journey Rentals, we use a centralized communication tool that allows our team to stay connected in real time. Anna, why is communication such a critical part of streamlining operations?
Good communication ensures that nothing falls through the cracks. For example, using a tool like Slack or Microsoft Teams allows your team to have designated channels for guest issues, cleaning updates, and maintenance requests. This way, everyone knows where to look for specific information, and you avoid the chaos of endless email threads or missed text messages.
Absolutely. I remember when we first started, we used text messages for everything. It worked okay when it was just a couple of properties, but as we grew, we started missing important details. Transitioning to Slack was a game changer. Another key system is scheduling. Anna, what tools do you recommend for managing cleaning schedules and staff availability?
There are several great options, but one standout for hospitality businesses is Jobber. It allows you to assign jobs, set deadlines, and track progress in real time. For short-term rentals, Turno is another excellent tool because it syncs with your booking platforms and automatically generates cleaning schedules based on guest checkouts.
We've been using Turno at Embark Journey Rentals, and it's been a lifesaver. Before, our cleaners would have to manually confirm their schedules, and we'd occasionally have last-minute scrambles. Now, everything is automated. The system even sends reminders to the cleaning team. What about property management systems? This is a huge category, and there are so many options. Anna, what's your take?
A property management system, or PMS, is non-negotiable for short-term rentals. These systems help you manage bookings, guest communications, pricing, and reporting all in one place. Popular options include Guesty, Hostfully, and Lodgify. The key is to choose a system that integrates with your booking platforms, like Airbnb, Vrbo, or Booking.com. For example, Guesty has automation features for messaging and dynamic pricing, which can save you hours of manual work each week.
I can't stress enough how important this is. When we implemented a PMS at Embark Journey Rentals, it felt like we finally had control over our business. No more double bookings or missed guest messages. It was all in one place. Let's move on to inventory management. Anna, why is this often overlooked, and what tools can help?
Inventory management is one of those behind-the-scenes operations that directly impact the guest experience. Imagine running out of essentials like towels or toiletries. It's a small issue that can lead to big dissatisfaction. For inventory tracking, tools like Properly or Zoho Inventory are excellent. They help you track what's in stock, set reorder alerts, and even monitor usage trends to ensure you're always prepared.
We've had a few hiccups with inventory in the past, like realizing mid-stay that we were out of coffee pods. After that, we started using properly to track what items were needed at each property, and it's been smooth sailing since. Finally, let's talk about tools that enhance the guest experience. What do you recommend, Anna?
This is where automation really shines. Tools like automate.io or Zapier can connect your systems so that tasks like sending welcome messages, updating check-in instructions, or sharing Wi-Fi details happen automatically. There's also Noise Aware for monitoring noise levels without invading guest privacy, which can prevent issues before they escalate. And don't forget about dynamic pricing tools like Beyond Pricing or Price Labs, which optimize your rates based on market demand.
Anna, what's your advice for choosing the right tools without feeling overwhelmed by all the options?
Start by identifying your biggest pain points. If guest communication is taking up too much time, prioritize a PMS with strong messaging features. If scheduling is chaotic, look into automation for that. It's also important to consider scalability. Choose tools that can grow with your business so you're not constantly switching systems as you expand.
That's great advice. For anyone listening, don't feel like you need to implement everything all at once. Start with one or two tools that address your most pressing challenges and build from there. Anna, any final thoughts on must-have tools?
Just remember that tools are there to serve you, not the other way around. Take the time to train your team on how to use them effectively, and always evaluate whether a tool is delivering the value it promised.
Absolutely. Now that we've covered the tools and systems, let's get into the real-world application. How to implement these in your business. Ready, Anna?
Let's do it.
Let's talk automation. Anna, what are the key areas where businesses can automate and save time?
Start with guest communication. Automated messages can handle everything from booking confirmations to check-in instructions and even review requests.
At Embark Journey Rentals, we use templates for these messages, but we also customize the welcome messages to include a personal touch, like highlighting the nearest coffee shop.
That's smart. Automation doesn't mean losing the personal touch. It just handles the repetitive tasks so you can focus on delighting your guests. Another area to automate is task scheduling. Apps like Asana or Trello can assign tasks to team members based on triggers like a new booking.
Yes, we set up a system where every booking automatically creates a cleaning task in Asana, complete with due dates and checklists. No more missed cleanings.
Exactly. And finally, don't overlook automation in revenue management. Tools like Price Labs or Beyond Pricing adjust your rates based on demand, ensuring you're always competitive.
We've seen a 20% increase in revenue since adopting dynamic pricing. It's amazing what automation can do. We've talked a lot about tools, systems, and why they matter. But let's take a moment to challenge some common misconceptions. Anna, I think this is where a lot of people get stuck or even discouraged, don't you?
Absolutely. There's so much noise out there about what systems you should have or how you should run your business. A lot of it can be misleading, especially if you don't take the time to evaluate what actually fits your needs. Let's unpack a few of these misconceptions. Misconception 1, streamlining is only for big businesses.
This is a big one. I've heard so many small business owners say, I don't need all those tools. I only have a few properties or clients. What's your take, Anna?
That mindset can be a trap. The truth is, the earlier you streamline, the easier it is to scale later. Even if you only have a couple of properties, setting up systems now saves you from headaches when you grow. It's like building a strong foundation for a house. You don't wait until you add the second floor to make it sturdy.
That's so true. When we started Embark Journey Rentals, we didn't think we needed a property management system because we only had 3 rentals. But as soon as we added a 4th, the manual processes started to crumble. Transitioning to a PMS mid-growth was painful, and I wish we had done it sooner. What's a good first step for someone who feels overwhelmed by this misconception?
Start small. Pick one aspect of your business, like guest communication or scheduling, that's taking up too much time and implement a single tool to address that. You don't need to streamline everything overnight.
Misconception 2, automation is impersonal and will hurt the guest experience. This one always surprises me because, in my experience, automation actually enhances the guest experience. Anna, why do you think people worry about this?
I think it's because automation has a reputation for being cold or robotic. But in reality, it's about making sure guests get timely and accurate information. For example, sending an automated check-in message doesn't mean you can't also send a personalized follow-up.
Exactly. At Embark Journey Rentals, we use automation for the essentials like check in instructions and welcome messages. But we still review our guest communications daily to add personal touches, like recommending a local restaurant if we know the guest is celebrating an anniversary. What's an example of how automation can be both efficient and personal?
One great example is using tools like Hostfully or Guesty to send a pre-arrival message that includes custom details based on guest preferences, like local activities for families or wine recommendations for couples. Automation handles the delivery, but the content feels personal because it's tailored.
That's such a great point. Automation isn't about replacing the human touch. It's about freeing you up to focus on delivering those personal touches more effectively.
Misconception 3: systems and tools are too expensive.
Here's a biggie. People often assume that implementing tools and systems is going to break the bank. Anna, let's tackle this one.
This is one of the most common roadblocks I hear. But the reality is, many tools are designed to save you money in the long run. Think about the cost of a scheduling tool versus the cost of last-minute cancellations or double bookings. The savings often outweigh the expense.
Exactly. When we invested in Turno for cleaning schedules, it wasn't cheap upfront, but it completely eliminated missed cleans. That alone saved us thousands in guest refunds and bad reviews. What's your advice for someone hesitant about the cost of tools?
Start with free or low-cost options. For example, tools like Google Workspace can handle a lot of your communication and organization needs without a big price tag. Many property management systems also offer tiered pricing, so you can start with a basic plan and upgrade as you grow.
And don't forget to evaluate the ROI. Ask yourself, how much time or money will this tool save me in a month? If it's more than the cost, it's worth it. Misconception 4, my team won't adapt to new systems. The fear of change. I've heard people say, my team is used to doing things a certain way, and they'll resist new tools. Anna, is this a valid concern?
It's valid, but it's also solvable. The key is involving your team in the process. Don't just hand them a new tool and expect them to figure it out. Instead, explain the why behind the change, provide training, and gather their feedback.
We've faced this at Embark Journey Rentals. When we introduced Turno, some cleaners were hesitant because they weren't used to using apps for scheduling. So, we hosted a hands-on training session and showed them how the tool made their jobs easier. Now, they love it because they get reminders and updates instantly.
Another tip is to start with a trial period. Let your team test the tool for a month and see how it works for them. Often, once they experience the benefits, they'll be more willing to adopt it.
These misconceptions can hold people back, but as we've seen, they're all addressable. Anna, what's the one thing you'd say to anyone who's hesitant about streamlining their operations?
I'd say don't let fear of change or upfront costs keep you from building a business that runs smoothly. The right tools and systems aren't just an investment in your operations, they're an investment in your sanity, your team, and your guest experience.
Well said. If you're listening and feel stuck, take one step today. Identify one pain point in your business and look for a tool or system that can help. We'll include some recommendations in the show notes to get you started. Next up, we'll discuss how to put all these ideas into action. Stay with us. This was such a valuable conversation. Anna, let's leave our listeners with actionable steps to streamline their operations.
Of course, here are 5 takeaways. Start with a PMS to manage bookings and calendars. Automate guest communication to save time and reduce errors. Invest in inventory tracking to avoid supply issues. Use task management software to streamline team workflows. Adopt financial tools to stay on top of invoices and expenses.
And remember, don't try to do it all at once. Start with the basics and build as your business grows. Thanks for tuning in to Hospitality Unlocked. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, rate, and share it with others. See you next time.
Bye for now and happy hosting.